Yeah. For everybody else who couldn't join us, let's do our mastermind on video so we can share with more people. Yes? Okay. So, Shinjini, please go for it. You have the spot.
I don't know why it's not connecting to my earphones. 1 second.
It's perfect. We can hear you.
You can hear me. Let me just take them off. Okay. Hi, my name is Shinjini, and I have been running a bullet journal stationery supply store since 2019. Uh, I don't know if any of you know what bullet journaling is, so I'll just explain it in a short way. It's basically a system where you take your to-do list, your planner, your calendar, your habit trackers, and you put it, and even journaling, and you put all of it into one single system. So it was started many years ago by this guy called Ryder Carroll. So he had ADHD, and he found this system that he created on his own in his notebook. Everyone started to love it around him. So he shared it online, and it's sort of gone viral since then. So now he even has like a bullet journal university and lots of things. So when I found the system, I felt like it changed my life. Because suddenly what happened was all these different things that I have, it felt very chaotic to me. And my daughter was starting preschool at that time. So I felt like I will be one of those moms who, forgets that today there was no school, or today was the day we had to, wear a certain thing and come to school. I thought the way my life is going, this is definitely going to happen. I found this system, it organized everything for me. And also I was suffering from depression at the time. So I felt like it really helped me with keeping track of a lot of things. It helped me with my mental health as well. So to me, it changed my life in those few months that I used it. Then I realized that the supplies that are needed for bullet journaling are not easily available in India. And even when they are, they're just all over the place. So I made one online store. I get things from other countries, the best bullet journaling supplies, because I felt people are wasting their time in finding the supplies instead of using the system. So that's why I started the store. And so now everything is in one place. And I want to basically continue to teach people about bullet journaling, because there is a bit of a learning curve associated with it. And I feel that once they have learned it, it just sort of unlocks a lot of things for them. So that's about what bullet journaling is and about my store. Sorry, I cannot tell you the name of my business. It's called Bigger Dreams Co. So the reason why it's called that is because I felt that using the system helps you achieve your dreams. It helps you actually live up to your potential, because it focuses and organizes things for you very well. And it does all this for you while you're able to take care of your mental health or do self-care. So you can actually even combine long form journaling into it, or art journaling, notes that you take from courses like Abundance Quest, all into one single place. So I found that very helpful. So this is about what the business is. Now I want to explain to you what it is that I want to do with it in the near future. So what I realized was, actually, thanks to the pandemic, business did well, because everyone was at home, and so they had time to journal. Otherwise, life is so hectic, you don't get time to journal. You don't get time to do a lot of things unless we wake up early at, like, say, 4 or 5 a.m. So suddenly people had time, they used it, it did well. But now I feel like we're sort of stuck in a place where actually in the last 1 year we have degrown. Also because I've not spent as much time on the business, to be honest. But also I can feel a lot of fear that has sort of set in, because now what's happening is I needed to go to the next level. For that, things that I need to do are, for example, create a bullet journal course where people can come in and quickly learn about it. Another thing that I want to do is bring in even more stationery. So because what happens is once you're using a certain set of things, now you want to create more things, new things. So you need more suppliers. I'm feeling a little stuck on that because obviously it means that I need to buy more inventory, fulfill more orders, and then I have to set up things at the back end as well then. And even though I have done Abundance Quest, I do have this, I think, big hesitation about hiring more and more people. And it's something I've never done before. So I can sense very clearly that, I'm kind of stuck a little bit.
How many people do you have right now?
It's just me. I actually also work on my husband's business alongside. So I do have help from there. So very recently, I also sell on Amazon some of the supplies. So the Amazon thing, I have finally passed it on to one person who helps me with packing the orders over there and fulfill Amazon stuff. So that's sorted now. And even like, for example, when I import stuff, I take help right now from the people in my husband's business because they anyway do it for his business. So for them, for my stuff to come in, it's very small and quick. So right now I'm sort of dependent on his people helping me.
So what is the biggest fear?
The biggest fear is that I will use up almost all of the funds that we have in getting stock and hiring people. And then in 3 months' time, what if I don't sell enough of it to continue it?
But it's a vicious circle, right? Because as soon as you feel this danger that I'm running out of funds, I have a team who depend on me, you will become, trust me, you will become so creative. You will find more ways to sell. You will be more aggressive in this. There will be no losers. Like something just not motivating. I didn't spend much time on my business, right? I'm also helping husband. Like today I'm going to be intentionally harsh, guys. But this is how it sounds, right? It sounds like you don't have a nail in your bottom that is poking you to do it, yeah? And maybe that moment when you actually hire 2-3 people who depend on you, even if it's a part-time, when you're running out of supplies and suddenly it will make you so creative, you understand, it's not just a dream, it's not just like, maybe I do it, if today I don't feel it, I don't do it. So that has to go. And that comes with structure and then with people and the responsibilities. So think about it, because idea is good. So just to give you my opinion on your speech, there are a couple of things that go very well for you. First is your voice. Your voice is magnetic. It's very pleasant to hear to you. We feel like we can trust you. Yes, so that's one. You have a great personal story. You just need to make it more crisp from the beginning. Say, guys, do you know, you look at me right now, do you know I was suffering from depression? And not very short time ago, quite recently, like many of us, after delivery of my baby, I was lost. And I was very close and actually experienced clinical depression and had some treatment for this. Do you know what helped me? Helped me most. That's what I want to share with everyone. So make it a little bit more crisp. It's a drama. It's a trigger. It's a trigger for many people. Because otherwise, main objection that I have here is why people will go for bullet journal if they have variety of that ready-made, sometimes lame, sometimes very lame planners that tell you to drink more water. I know, like personally, I don't like it. I understand bullet journal. I love the freedom that it gives you, but it has to come with that passion. Like, I don't want my journal to tell me to drink more water. I want to set up my own tables in my own way, my notes from my courses, so that freedom in a structured way. So something like that has to come up very fast, like literally in 2-3 sentences.
Okay.
So then people say, aha, I understand. And in my view, somehow more visibility for more people, because I am your friend. I know you for a long time. Still, I never came across a link to your business or to some community maybe that you decided to organize of bullet journalers. I would join with excitement. I did it from 2017-18. Right now a little bit less, but in my own way I still do it. So maybe community, maybe link, because if yesterday you would tell me, Kat, where you buy your notebooks, Moleskine and all this, I would tell you Amazon. It's overpriced, ridiculous, it's not worth it. But my first inclination is not to go to Shinjini, but to go to Amazon. Why? So somewhere it was lost between us. Maybe you felt shy to promote it aggressively across our communities too.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel.
I love all the points you've given me. It makes a lot of sense what you said. I understand the marketing bit that you explained to me. I think I'll end up, if I make a couple of reels on things like this, I think that would really hit at the right spot to the audience. And in terms of visibility, I agree with you that there is some reason why it has not reached the right people and the enough number of people. Because in the past, there is a small bullet journal community I sort of, created. And we even read the bullet journal method book together. But it was not a paid community. We would just sort of get together and I would lead it. And people enjoyed it so much that they even wanted to start reading other self-help books together, and talk about it. It was almost like a book club where we'd read these things together and help each other out with it. So I was sort of leading it. But at one point in time, I felt, I think, tired because it took a lot of effort. And I felt like, but I was not really making anything out of it.
Bingo. That's energy leakage. If you do something for free, you will burn out. So I understand desire to attract more people in the very first day for free. It's definitely going to be bigger. But for you to keep going, you cannot do it for free. You will drop it. Right?
Okay.
So you can charge some fee, reasonable, not a very big fee, just to keep yourself interested, and give people back some kind of discounts on your products and services. So for them, maybe total will be not so bad, given your presence, help, and discounts. But for you, it will worth your time.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And wants to grow will involve taking more responsibility and being responsible for people, suppliers, and customers, and yes, taking risk. And that risk, that feeling being cornered in the corner, that will what is going to push you to next level of business.
Okay. I think I will take the risk then, because I understand you're 100% right about that I'm very comfortable in my setup where it's okay whether I show up, I don't show up, it's fine. I have to be using up my time for something related to my daughter or my husband's business. Like, it's maybe too flexible right now. So how can it grow if it's too flexible? It does sound like it won't grow much more than if I stay in this place.
Right. And whatever you do, don't do anything what you're not comfortable. If you're not comfortable taking reels, drop it. Look, I do one reel in a week, right? I like stories. It's okay too. So maybe for you, not even that. Maybe it's some WhatsApp community. So don't force yourself, because that is also will burn you out if you do something what you don't like to do. Honestly, just because some digital marketing expert told you do some reels, it's all very different for different people.
So in fact, I want to share then over here that I started the blog on the website then on the store, because I felt that has been my strength, writing. Because in my previous job was actually running a wedding blog, which used to get, I mean, I don't remember now, but maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakh visitors a month. It had reached there. So it did quite well, and everyone told me that you write really well. So I feel maybe I can put in more time in writing for the blog. So that is my actual strength, and then maybe attract more from there.
Write a blog, take one juicy sentence, put it on Threads, put a link to your blog. It's finally we have a place where pictures are not important, and actual one sentence, but punchy, juicy, punchy. That's what make people notice you on Threads. And there is some space for the link. to your blog. Even
That's a
Instagram
great idea.
becomes more friendly to text now. I feel like I can put some random picture and write 2000 letters text, and that is still running right now. Last year it was just videos. Now text is back again.
Is back. Okay. Because actually I had hired somebody part-time for my social media and also helping me with packing orders. This was last year. But at some point in time, I just felt like me and her didn't have the same ideas on what works on social media. So
Mhm.
then we sort of parted ways. And then also I realized that on Instagram, I needed to be my voice for sure.
Yeah,
Because it felt like marketing is sort of my strength. So why am I not using my own voice then? It was,
possible.
yeah. I feel actually business slowed down. I saw in the numbers, business slowed down and I hired someone to help me with social media, which I was expecting the exact opposite of.
Because it depends whom you hire. If it's the same person whose skill set also include packaging for Amazon, that is not the strongest expert you can find. So it's either your voice or somebody really good, really brilliant. And before hiring you, you have the right to test, 20 people. Then it has to be a really good person, not somebody who will also swipe your floor and package your Amazon packages, right? So that is not going to work. Has to be a high top paid professional who herself has a huge following, right? So that is too sensitive to outsource. It's not a commodity skill like packaging. It has to be somebody talented. In the absence, maybe you just show your voice how you're comfortable to show it.
Yeah.
And because it's a long term, Shinjini, long term, right? It is cannot do something that you don't like to do, and you will just stop. So you have to select only things that gives you that back more energy than you spent on them.
Yeah. I don't know, sorry, I don't want to take up too much time either. I want to wrap up now on my business.
Okay.
But I have two questions for you. One was in terms of inventory management. Like I can see that, it would be great to have someone who would, like I tell them what we need to order, right? What items come in. And then they come in and help me with actually placing the order with the suppliers and getting it in, doing inventory management, getting it packaged. I feel like that's a whole different ball game altogether, right? And somebody manages that, so I can focus on what products are coming, how customers get to use it, help them with that, and again, like writing on the blog because I feel these are like my strengths. So I want to ask you, what is your thought on getting like a co-founder?
Oh, this is even more difficult to hiring somebody for your social media because it's basically you get in bed with that person. So the benefit could be, yes, if that person has successfully established inventory company, so you can jump on the platform. Yes. So, but you need to know that person really well. Need to be really comfortable.
I actually don't have anyone in my circle, so I'm a little like struggling with that part. So maybe right now we get a part-time consultancy or something like that who
just a vendor, somebody like a vendor who is specialist in inventory, or vendor or contractor. So co-founder implies that you're sharing business. Vendor means you sign a contract and you can break this contract after 1 week if you don't like how this person does his duties.
so maybe we start with that, so that's better.
Yeah. And maybe have a lawyer, right? Lawyer will give you a lot of different options what needs to be done. Lawyer charge you one time for one talk. It's not like you need to keep him on payroll. And that will give you, open up your ideas. I thought I have to have patents. He said no, trademarks and copyright. So completely different things that we think maybe it's not a co-founder or something else. Okay. And the second question?
I have forgotten my second question. I didn't write it down.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I did remember. So I feel one of the challenges of the business is where there's one problem people face with bullet journaling, which is that they feel like they don't have enough time for it because they have to set it up. And when you have to set up something consistently month on month or week on week or year on year, you have to take out that sort of time. And I feel actually for me, my perfect target audience is actually moms, because I feel this is one of the most helpful things a mother can have in her life. Because for me, at least, I personally used it after I became a mom, and I felt everything became so much more easier for me. So, but then that's the bit where, but moms have the least amount of time.
That is
So
just
there is
belief. That is just a limiting belief. So it's exactly the same thing I face with meditations. You can literally go to my stories and copy paste the same logic, apply it to a bullet journal. That 15 minutes of meditation makes your thoughts so clear, removes that noise from anxiety during the day. That it's exactly the same for bullet journal. It will save you hours during the day if you spend half an hour in a week and then 5 minutes. You can literally copy paste from my stories. It is absolutely true. And as soon as person will try it for a couple of days or for 1 week, they will believe it. They are running like headless chickens, saying, I have no time, I have no time, I'm so anxious, I have so many fears, and then yet not do meditations, not do self-development, not even joining any courses. So you just make up several powerful reels, give case examples, show real moms in your Instagram who had that anxiety, no time, and after bullet journal, that is your case. Here, life changed. Now I'm sorted. Okay?
okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Kat. It's so helpful.
Thank you. Who is next? Let's try to do 15 minutes each, because I have really will have to run.
Yeah, make it.
Please.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell us.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Gayathri, and I'm a menstrual health educator. And I'm a beginner basically. And I'm someone who had a very bad relationship with the menstrual cycle right from the first periods onwards. And that relationship got translated into adulthood as well. Whenever my periods got delayed or postponed, I would feel so happy, relieved. That kind of relationship it was mostly. And the whole idea behind it was when I have only 8 out of 12 periods in a year, it means less pain, less discomfort, and more time to enjoy, more time for joy. All those thoughts. That was the primitive thought I know. This was the most predominant thought about the menstrual cycle, all those things in my mind. But my entire thought changed in the year 2021. It was the year I got married. I had some personal issues to fight with, and I was diagnosed with PCOD. And then that was my first wake-up call, where I started focusing on my health, all those things. And things got better. I got pregnant, and then again, I lost, the pregnancy was so smooth, but I lost my baby in the year 2022. That was my rock bottom. I fell down so hard, and that was my awakening point as well. And the very first menstrual cycle after losing my child was so hard for me. And at the same time, it was that cycle, it was my periods during that time, I really understood the power of menstruation. That was at that point I developed a deep respect towards the process, basically. And I even, that was the moment where I felt so grateful to my uterus for providing me the chance to hold pregnancy, hold a soul for 2 times. Though I couldn't able to carry that soul forward, but it gave me the chance. And even though I was grieving, I had a chance to attend the first class, attend a class which was on menstruation. The very first class I was attended was about menstruation. It was about charting, and it was just 2 months after my loss. I was still grieving, but I was able to attend. Every information I found was so profound, so interesting, and I never thought I will become a menstrual health educator during that time. It was so interesting for me. I started learning more about it. As I started understanding more and more, it was so so powerful, so profound, and at the same time, I felt many people around didn't know these things. My friends, I started discussing it with my friends, my relatives. They are not aware of aware of the power of menstrual cycle. They are not in connect with their body, They are not in connect with their mind, basically, all those things. And then I thought, like, okay, let me teach them, because I'm good at explaining things. I'm good at telling stories. So this is something which every woman should know. This is something which every woman should know, and they need to harness their power using this. This is how I ended up with this, and all these things are like were before I came to know about you. I came to know about you only by the end of December 2022, and from then on, my transformation journey started. I joined Abundance Quest in January, but I didn't complete it. When I reached the practical steps, it was so hard for me because I had no business plans in mind. Whatever I had at that time, that didn't work out, so I couldn't complete it. And when you started the next batch in June, I thought, okay, I will join and I will complete it. And here I am now. I have some ideas in my mind now, and I hope it will turn out by the end of this year. I can materialize it by this year. But I have a presentation to show. Shall I share with you here?
Just 1 second. So now
Yeah.
a little bit pause. So what is going on very well for you? Personal presence. You're very bright. You're wearing bright clothes. You have a bright shine on your face. It's pleasant to watch you. Okay, the story is way too long.
Okay.
Today is a friendly story. When I meet you for coffee, when you, me, and Shabari will sit for coffee, it is appropriate, interesting story. If it's a business pitch, you lost me. And lost, I can see people also not listening. So what is happening here? We have very short attention span. Blame it to our culture, but you only have 15 seconds. Right now, you use 5 minutes. You can structure your presentation so you unfold layer by layer, keeping us interested. You can say, hi, I'm Gayathri. You know, I had a hate relationships with my period, and now I became menstrual health consultant. That's how you think it's interesting. I can tell you my transformation. You said, I lost my baby when she was 6 months old. And from there, I started this awakening journey. I attended a bunch of classes to fix my own female health. And I understood how little people know about it. And that brought me to become your menstrual health consultant. So from the very first minute, you clearly explain what is your value. Because I was listening for approximately 3-4 minutes. It was just like a timeline
Mumbo jumbo
in your life. Without explanation, what are you actually selling to me?
Okay.
So as a friend, it's great. As a business, you need to explain from sentence 1, what are you selling? Is it your personal consultation? Is it a brand? Like Shinjini has a brand. You have a personal services, where to find you, and then keep some triggers. Trigger, it means interesting point. Like you lost your baby. It was a horrible moment of your life that brought you to discover yourself. Right? It's important to mention. It makes you alive. It makes people to feel that she will sharing something with us. You are real. You are a real person. You are not fake, right? So that is all good, but a little bit packed. So what is the plan right now? You are menstrual health consultant. How do you plan to grow? How do you plan to make wealth?
Yeah, I have a presentation. Shall I share with you?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you have disabled screen sharing.
Try now.
Yeah. So is my screen visible to everyone here?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is about me. I had already told you. And yeah, I'm planning to offer 3 courses now. The first one is menstrual health awareness to girls, school girls between grade 8 and 12, which is my which I consider is that it as my practice ground basically, first of all. And the second course is Periods 101, which is an introductory course. And the third one is Menarche, a guide to mothers. These are all the three courses which I'm planning. Regarding the first course, menstrual health awareness, I'm preparing video and slide presentation, 1 hour session, which is an interactive session, to kids in the to girls in the schools, and I'm planning to go and educate them. And this is where I will also learn more. I will also learn more about their problems, more about their issues, and I can use it for my next program as well. This is my whole idea. This I'm doing it. I'm going to do it free of cost initially, maybe a couple of sessions to understand where I am standing. The next program is Periods 101, and this is my elevator pitch for the program, which is every one of us grew up with a lot of rules and regulations around periods, and we have our own love-hate cycle with our periods. Don't go to temple during periods. Don't touch tulsi plant during periods. Don't cook or serve food to men of the family during periods, and many more. How many of these are facts and how many are myths? Remember, knowledge is power. Join me to take home that power with you. An informed woman creates an informed generation. Looking forward to see you in the class. This is a session which I'm planning to offer to every woman out there. And the deadline which I have to prepare this session is August 30. And I'm planning to price it at a base price of 499 rupees. And the final course which I would like to offer is Menarche, a guide to mothers. My elevator pitch for this course is most of the negative images a girl receives about her body starts with her periods. Understanding the deep meaning and importance of Menarche is essential for physical as well as emotional well-being. As a mother, it is important to create a safe and supportive home that empowers and prepares her ahead. And this course offers everything you need to know to be there for your daughter's physical and emotional health. I hadn't planned much on this course yet. I have just an outline about what all the things to be included. So I hadn't decided on any pricing and all those things as of now. So this is another program which is kind of my dream program now. And this will take time to materialize. I'm the learning process now. So I guess we can skip this program now. And to conclude, I'm going to say a quote from one of my favorite books, Rituvidya by Sinu Joseph. The quote goes like this: the entire menstrual cycle offers a unique opportunity month after month to start fresh, both physically and emotionally. This knowledge can greatly enhance women's productivity at work, their outlook on life, and help to deal with stressful situations with the least turmoil. And I'm here to offer a hand for all of you to go through this process with a lot of grace, lot of elegance, and lot of self-care and self-love. As I started my journey with menstrual cycle, as I started loving my menstrual cycle, I started loving myself. And with this love, only when you have love within yourself, when you are only full, you will be able to offer it to others. Only when your cup is full, you will be able to offer it to others. So I am here to provide you with an opportunity to fill your cup. So I'm calling all of you for this. Thank you.
Okay. So the main objection you're going to receive, actually people will not even object. They will feel what is there to learn. I totally agree with you that it's a topic, but it has to come very clearly on somewhere on the first page, what you don't know about your periods. Because whether it's a mother or the girl herself, they will feel, Shabari might be relate to that because she's teaching delivery courses. And even my family, when I put Tanu, my sister-in-law, to her course, my husband, his brother, they said, what is there to learn? Just go and deliver. What is there to learn? You just go to bathroom, change your pad. So you need to be very, very smart on how you position it. That what is the danger of not learning? Like maybe like that. Not just benefits of learning. Okay, you will love yourself a little bit more. You will be a little bit more productive at work. That is good. I will think about it, whether I should pay you for this and spend my time on this. But if you outline it like a danger, and again, same for Shabari, danger, that your baby is missing golden hour, that you don't even know what is golden hour. For your case, what is the danger? How many girls get psychological and physical? I'm sure there are physical inflammations that is happening. I'm sure psychological trauma. So you know it better than me. So you can outline. That is also a trigger, capturing attention. After that, doesn't matter how exactly you're going to spread this information, whether it's course number A, whether it's course number B, that is not important. Remember, we discussed it in one of the trainings, maybe it was in Mumbai, Shabari, yes? Start with why. Why are you doing this? You're doing it because without it, there is a danger to females from teenager years to mothers. From this why, you can describe different how. One is teach girls in school, one is online. Well, that is easy. It actually doesn't work. What you started with some idea, what are you going to do? So restructure it a little bit. Important is that why I'm doing this, clearly communicated again and again through your Instagram, through your online community, through whenever you touch, through people in different courses like our course. Again and again, sharp 2-3 points. The danger of not knowing it, it's great. We don't know what we don't know. Okay? So presentation itself is nice. It's structured around what are you going to do. It didn't give me exactly why.
Right. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Love you showing the presentation. That one, very fun, like, you know, beautiful. Presentation is beautiful. Just people will have that objection for you. So prepare, address it in advance.
Yeah, understood.
Shabari,
Thank you so much.
Shabari, your
yeah. So hi everyone, I'm Shabari and I'm a birth professional. I would like to tell you my story of how I became a birth professional. 12 years back, I was working in one hospital as a physiotherapist, and I was just taking normal exercises for pregnant moms and postnatal moms in the IPD. IPD. And when I used to take exercises, there were like 40-50 moms in front of me. And in that particular hospital, I saw that a lot of C-sections were happening. So every day, almost 10 deliveries were happening. And out of that, almost 10 were C-sections. And if you see, in a month, there were 300 deliveries. So in a month, I could see only 3 to 4 normal deliveries, and that too only with vacuum and forceps. So I just wondered to myself, like, why so many C-sections are happening? Because in my family, I had never seen C-sections happening. And hence I started reading books. I just thought maybe our bodies have changed, or is it because of a sedentary lifestyle that C-sections are happening? And I started reading books. And in one book, I came across this term called as Lamaze breathing. And in that book, it had written that Lamaze breathing helps to have a natural birth. So I thought, okay, let's learn this breathing exercise and I will teach it to the moms and then they will have a natural birth. But when I did my certification, I got to know Lamaze is not only about breathing, but it has many other aspects to it. And from then, I started taking childbirth education classes. So what the Lamaze childbirth education classes are about, I definitely take exercises during pregnancy, nutrition during pregnancy, but more I focus on what is labor. How can you manage labor naturally? Because from the society, what do we hear? That there is going to be pain in labor, but nobody tells us how to manage labor naturally. Nobody tells us that how can your partner help you during this time. The men are always kept aside from all these things, like unko kuch nahi pata hota hai, and hence they always the mother or the mother-in-law, sister-in-law is with the women. but nobody knows how to manage labor naturally. So I teach relaxation exercises, breathing exercises, and there are many more other comfort techniques which the partner or other family members also can assist the mom during labor. Then I also talk about interventions which are done in the hospitals. What are these interventions? Interventions are basically procedures which are done to prevent a problem, to fix a problem, and to find a problem. But when they are done unnecessarily or routinely, they can create more problems. So there are, like you must have heard about epidural or C-sections, or not allowing the mom to eat or drink during labor, putting IV instead. So if you know that when are these things necessary, what are the benefits of it, what are the risks of it, when do you exactly have to opt for it, then you can take an informed decision about it, because it's your body and it's your baby. So you have to take a decision for it. You don't have to blindly follow what the doctor says. So from then onwards, I started, and then I also talk about breastfeeding, baby care, and postnatal care in these childbirth education classes. So total, there are 6 classes. One class is for 2 hours, and it's on weekend, so that, and it's online also, it's offline as well. So if you can take it from the comfort of your home as well. So this is childbirth education classes. And then I became a lactation counselor also, because I saw that many women were facing issues during breastfeeding. And there are so many myths in our society about breastfeeding. Many a times formula is given to the baby in the hospitals as well. So you should refer a lactation counselor, not a pediatrician or a doctor or your family members for your for lactation issues. And then I became a doula. A doula is a labor support person who is there with the mom throughout labor. She helps her physically, emotionally, and educationally. She is from the side of the mom. She's not from the side of the hospital. So, and she will not do any medical procedure. So there is no harm in hiring a doula, because she is just with you physically, emotionally, and educationally to guide you to take a decision. She will not take a decision also for you. And she is not there instead of your husband, but she is there to support your husband as well during that time. And then when I did all these things, I came up with a center, because I started getting clients for preconception as well. And hence I thought, why not to start all the holistic services under one roof? And I came up with the center, Eternal Bliss. I had this name before also, Eternal Bliss, where only childbirth education, lactation counseling, and doula services were there. But now it's a center for preconception, pregnancy, and postpartum, where all holistic services are there under one roof. That is, we have nutritionists, we have counselors, we have physiotherapists who take exercise classes as well for all these 3 phases. And obviously, all my services are also there. Yeah, so we have online and offline classes. Thank you.
Shabari, how is it going right now? Are you happy with the profits, or you would like to grow more? I love pricing. I love your pricing. I think it definitely can be more, but at least you started from 7,000 or something, right? So it is cheap, but it's good, because I hope that people understand the huge value that they get from this. I just can't see how people charge 500, 600 for something, some important thing. So how is the profits going?
Yeah, so right now, Kat, the difficulty which I am facing over here in Pune is that I am the only birth professional in Pune. And the competition for us is actually the hospitals. So what hospitals are doing, under the name of Lamas or under the name of childbirth education, they are offering these courses for, like you said, 500, 1,000, 2,000 rupees. And obviously people are going there because they believe the gynecologists know more than a childbirth educator. And the awareness is obviously not there. So, and they have a, like, just for 1,000 rupees, you will obviously give 1,000 rupees to a gynac if they are taking a 10, and they do 10 classes or so. But they obviously don't mention about the risk. They will in fact promote epidural. They will promote C-sections. They will promote formula also sometimes. So this is the challenge which I am facing right now. But definitely I would like to grow more. But, since the time I've started with the center, I would definitely say it has been more. From the last 1 year, it has been definitely more, but if you consider the expenses which I'm right now having with the staff which I have hired or the place which I have rented out, I would definitely like it to be more.
Your golden source is online, of course. So it's great that you have offline presence, making you very like reliable, kind of like you have your clinic, but your revenue can dramatically increase mostly through online. Because
Online, yes.
you're not limited, right? And I know you're offering one-on-one, but you're also offering classes. So these classes can grow from 10 people to 1,000. Why not? Right? I think I'm losing you, or both of you guys, all of you guys.
Yeah, we just lost you for like half an hour.
Online, right? Online can be that source of immediate growth because there you are not, that's the only way how you're not bound by cost, expenses, and you spend 1 hour of your time to get 1,000 people to join you. And I believe your source of strength is this awareness that you can make video not only of Shabari, but take short interviews. You can cover their faces. Look, Tanu, she will break up crying, saying, my baby was taken from me after C-section and I couldn't find him for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
She will break down crying. Like, here's a topic, you can cover their faces.
Yeah.
A reel with 2-3 interviews like this, short, 10 seconds only. Yes, I was offered epidural without my consent. Baby was given formula without my approval. One by one, powerful, right? It will become viral. People need to talk about it.
Yeah.
So you say, and you're telling me there is nothing to learn about birth? We all have so much to learn about how to give the most important thing for your child, that first experience here for you as well. Forget about child. That is your why people go into depression after that, because the whole experience was damaging. So you need to make that kind of content, and online you have a good Instagram account. I will check your Instagram, guys, if you want. My suggestions, but become a little bit like this hooligan, like rebel, like hospital doing nasty things behind our backs. You say it, call it, like without getting into legal trouble, but definitely. Yes, Shinjini, yes, please.
Just want to add in here, Kat, that I completely agree on the online part of it, because the services she just described, I did take this in the hospital where I gave birth. Thankfully, we had an absolutely lovely lady doing all of this. So she was also very pro trying to make sure we get natural birth, and very like, she's a lactation consultant as well. In fact, the exact same things that Shabari is doing. This was in Delhi. And I went there. She held these classes in the hospital. She was not pro hospital things. That was worked out well for us. But I agree that if I could do this online, I mean, I would love that, even because I would go to the hospital because it's convenient. I meet my gynec also there, all of these services also there. But if it's online, then I'm happier even that I don't even have to go to the hospital for these services. So I would go for it much more happily if it is online.
Majority of population don't have access to Fortis or any other like semi-decent hospital. Majority of population go to really different type of facilities. So that's your main source of clients. So you're not limited. Pune will stay. That's your place. That's your baby. That's your development, of course. Just to increase that wealth, that growth.
Yeah. I like the idea about the videos. Actually, it's really a good idea. I would use that.
It will take you some time, but you can get video. And this interview, you're very wonderful in person. This interview might take 1 hour. And out of 1 hour, you cut one line. Because all these ladies will be very good girls. They will say, everything okay. It takes like an hour to get to the truth, what actually happened.
Yes.
Right? By the way, if you want to become...
I have checked out. I know. I follow all the birth professions.
So if you become really rebellious here, you can say, and guys, you know what? You know what is most shocking thing out of all this? I still don't have my own baby. And you can say, this is my pain. And I feel thought about it so much, and that brought me also to personal development and all this program. And
Yeah.
now I think maybe there is some meaning for this. Maybe
Yeah.
my baby is waiting for me until I'm helping so many others through this experience. I know this is very personal. It hurts, right? But
Yeah.
again, like in case of Gayathri, sharing with us that she lost her newborn baby, right? It's unfortunately, you can call it marketing or something, but it's the same thing when I'm showing in my stories my pictures when I was like 80 kg fat, right? People say, this is you, Katrina, this is not you. This is not possible. Do you think it was easy for me to share in the stories pictures that even my husband didn't see because it was before he met me? The first time he saw it in my stories, he said, what the hell, right? So, but it makes us vulnerable.
Yeah.
Life that we are not perfect. Our life is not perfect. And look, I can, then you can also. Shinjini overcame her depression with bullet journal. You can also, right? So it makes us a bit kind of stronger and real. And definitely the story will be something to remember. People will remember
Yeah.
such.
Yeah. That's also nice.
It's of course up to you
Yeah.
to.
Yes.
But even if you run Eternal Bliss account as a clinics account, maybe that's not that appropriate to share personal things. But then again,
Mhm.
it will be limited because through social media, it's growing when it has a face. The face.
I think I'm showing my face. I'm using even personal things on Eternal Bliss also. So I don't have a personal different account. I have that, but I'm not using it. I had just opened it because somebody told me you should have different accounts. But then like I just put 3 posts and then everything was there on the Eternal Bliss account. So even personal stories also go on that. So then there is a lot of engagement also, which I have seen. And the followers have also started increasing.
Great. So that story that you started with, when I worked as a physiotherapist, I noticed that every single lady comes to me with a scar.
Yeah.
We have 90% of C-sections now. I thought something is wrong with our bodies. I discovered there's something else here. So that's your real. And that's interesting. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Kat, I had one question about advertising companies and marketing companies. Like there are people who do marketing and there are people who do advertisements. Like putting it on big billboards and everything and getting us connected to radio channels or TV channels and everything. So, but they are like very expensive. I know that expensive word is again in the abundance quest we have used that you should not use that word. But
yeah, value.
Well, yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that? Like, because right now I have a social media manager, but she is doing just the graphic designing because I'm not good at it. I cannot do the graphic designing. So she does that. That's it. But otherwise, content and everything is mine.
So I believe I also want to be on TV. I think you should be on TV, but you can get on TV on organically, not as advertisement, but when you create some event, informational kind of event, like something like this, something shocking, something that people will talk about. Think about it. What is shocking? For some blogger, it's shocking to eat only fruit juice for 30 days. Like blogger, it's I don't know, make a song together with Shah Rukh Khan. So it's kind of rebellious actions that will bring news to you.
Yeah.
Think about what it is appropriate without losing reputation of the safe clinic, right? You don't want to be completely obnoxious, but maybe it's some event that shows everybody. You know, this lady, owner of the clinic, pledged to go for 30 days to 30 schools in Pune to talk about childbirth. You know, something like 30 schools in 30 days. She interviewed 1,000 ladies suffered from unfortunate delivery and made a movie about it. Everybody will talk about this movie. Look, so I'm saying that there are some ways to get into news without spending cash on this, because cash for TV is, I don't know, you have extra 3-4 crore, a couple of minutes on TV will cost you crore. Okay.
Yes.
So I personally think I'm not there just yet. And you can totally great use wonderful bloggers who have real presence. For that, please ask me. I try it in hard way. Somebody will charge you a lot and have zero impact. All the South Mumbai moms, it's all paid. There is zero engagement. Your stories didn't get 1,000 views. I can get you names of people who really grew.
Yeah.
Else. And you pay them, you know, this Suknit. Suknit is doing some good promotions for me. She has like 300,000 followers. I pay her 30,000. I think I need to cut this from this video if I share this video publicly. But she's wonderful. You know, I got so much engagement. It's totally worth it. Yes. So
Yeah,
this
that would be actually good if you can share the names of those bloggers.
Yeah, privately I can share with you guys.
Privately.
Not here, because again she will tell me, Kat, why are you sharing my rates and like these things. But that is a good source we have. We have Instagram.
Yeah.
It will reach out exactly to these moms. I think now they even pregnant ladies spend more time on YouTube and Instagram than actually watching some soap opera.
Yeah.
Those who watch soap opera with advertisement breaks, oh, listen to radio? Seriously? Who listens to radio? Do you guys listen to radio?
Yeah.
Not really. Soap opera, maybe, but again, population that do it, maybe not your target client, and they will not pay 7,000 for the birth class.
Yeah. Even for Shinji, I would like to tell her that, like you said, whether we should hire staff or not, like this block was there with me when I started with the center, like whether how many receptionists should I hire and how many people should I hire. Even for the like I don't have a co-founder, I'm the founder, but I have investors. And one of the investor is one of my client itself, because she also wanted to start with something like this. And one is one of my friend who just wanted to be a sleeping partner, but wanted something of her own because she is already working in Dubai, and she's also a physiotherapist. So I started with that. And like when I started seeing that I'm hiring people for all these things, then a lot of creative ideas were coming to me, that because now I know that they are dependent on me and I have to pay them monthly. So I started coming up with a lot of ideas.
Yes, it is taking risk, put yourself under deadlines and responsibilities. It's part of the growth. It's our motivation too. By the way, do you know this fun story? Sometimes it helps, this is for Gayathri. Sometimes it helps, instead of developing a perfect program and then start sharing it, get people to sign up and say, 1st of September we start, or 1st of August we start. And you have 1 week to develop it. Oh, for sure you will develop it if you take payment already. There will be no delay from your side. There will be no motivational issues. I did it with Dream with Kat, first time. I sold the program, first batch, and I had 1 or 2 audios created. I had a lot of notes, but I didn't have the whole program finalized, polished. It became one of the most successful programs because under pressure that I took the payments, look guys, now I have to deliver. Right? So sometimes when you get started, this is the way. One time a lady came to me for my mentorship. She brought a very big, thick book of notes. She said, for the last 2 years, I'm preparing to become a life coach. This is all my notes of my future program. She had a lot of different, she completed so many certifications of the life coach. She collected all my learnings and my trainings. The book was this thick. She probably still didn't start. It is like you can never be perfect enough to start. All right, guys, let you go. I hear my driver calling me. So we have Navia here who didn't have a chance to speak. We have Remy. So I guess we'll have to do it one more time. I'm completely happy to do it instead of maybe rushing right now. So Remy is here. I see Navia was here as well. So guys, at least for 2 of you, we're happy to meet again. Let's talk about when and how. Share Instagram. Let's criticize each other accounts. let's be a little bit more hooligans. You know this word, hooligan? Yes, British
Yes.
word. Means like rebel, yeah, destroyer. That is create informational reason for people to talk about you. That is free promotion, free of charge. Just need to be creative. What is it that matching your product and your account? Okay, guys, thank you very much. See you soon. Brilliant,
Thank you.
fantastic. All ideas are great. So now just like speech, deliver.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You get
Bye.